Hey everyone, and on today's vlog, we're going to play Treasure Falls, Catch the Pirate's Bounty from Ravensburger Games. Let's go!
A boat capsizes in the raging river rapids. The crew swims ashore, but the treasure chests aboard are all floating towards the waterfall. What luck for the river pirates. They wait for the treasure at the bottom of the waterfall.
Why hello Sarah. So what are we playing today?
Today we are playing Treasure Falls, which is an older game. I'm not sure exactly how old it is, but I would say that it's probably about at least 10 or 20 years old, probably.
Okay.
And it is a strange, silly little tabletop experience that, to me, is really reminiscent of those carnival games that you may have seen, or like arcade games.
Yeah, it's like, I think more of an arcade, like Chuck E. Cheese.
Well, I've seen them at carnivals too, where you have a the ones I've seen have always been like construction themed, so there've been like cranes and things like that, and the coins are layered out on the surface, and you drop a coin in and it rolls down a ramp and it lands at the back of the surface, and then the arm pushes your coin up into all the other coins, and then if any coins fall off the end of the ramp, then you get all of those.
So how does this work in comparison?
So this is very, very similar, but it's all mechanical, and it is a competitive experience as well. So what's going to happen is we've set up the board like this. It actually nests inside of the box. There are three pieces to this sort of contraption here. There's this ledge back here, there's this ramp, and then there's this thing, which is a log. And then there are all these water discs, some of which have treasure chests on them. So the story of the game is that we are pirates, our ship has wrecked, we have all survived thankfully, but our valuable treasure is headed for a waterfall. And so we are going to be trying to position ourselves along here in theme. We're going to be positioning ourselves along here in order to snag as many of the treasure chests that fall off the waterfall as we can. So the way that it works is on your turn, you'll push the log back, you'll roll the die, and the die will tell you how many discs you add to the thing. You are supposed to add at least one large disc, so we'll do that now. And then because I rolled a 2, I have to add an additional disc, and we'll do that now. To end your turn, you'll push the log up, and some pieces may fall over the edge of the waterfall. If any of those pieces that fall over the edge of the waterfall contain treasure, your opponent gets it.
Ooh.
So, we are going to get started. The game ends when the last piece of treasure falls off of the waterfall, and then we count up our scores based on what types of treasure we've been able to get. The green treasure are worth 1, the yellow is worth 2, the red is worth 3, and then the single white treasure is worth 4. Whoever has the most points wins. That's the entire game. There is the die is a 6-sided die, but it does not go to 6, it only goes to 3, and one of the sides is an X. If you roll the X, you just lose your turn, which can be kind of nice for you, because since your opponent gets any treasure that drops on your turn, then if you just lose your turn, they won't get any, for sure. So
Awesome. Well, let's go ahead and play this. This is a really short game, so there's going to be a mid-game to this. It's going to just be the beginning and then the end, and we will talk about the winner and the loser and all that good stuff. So, alright. Toodles! Well, how's it going there, Miss Barrel Britches?
barrel britches, huh?
Uh-huh. You gave yourself that name during gameplay, so I had to, since you are a winner, we had to,
blame me. The cameras weren't on when I gave myself
You
that
did! Don't believe me, please!
So what did you think of Treasure Falls?
It's a goofy little game. It's fun, and if you have small children or, children that can't last long, like don't want to, play a long game, and it's just a little goofy, and, at one point I had like a lot of the bounty, and you had none of it, but then at the end of the game, you had more points.
I did, yeah. We had, this was my bounty, and this was Nick's bounty. So he actually had more physical pieces than I did, but the pieces that I had were worth more than his. So I think that's a nice sort of scoring balance when you're playing with younger kids. Even if a player seems to be doing the best,
it can definitely turn around at the end of the game.
And honestly, this is there's very little strategy involved in this.
Yeah,
most of it is just luck.
The reason we didn't also have a mid game is because the game just goes by so fast. You're just rolling the die, and then you're putting the little water tiles on, little water circles, and then pushing it forward as gently as possible. And then when it falls out,
this is an entire turn. We'll just pretend that there are a few treasures here. So at the start of my turn, I roll this die. If I get an X, I lose my turn and it becomes the next player's turn. If I don't get an X, let's pretend I got a 3. Then I have to take 3 pieces from beneath the waterfall. One of them, if there are large pieces available, one of them has to be a large piece. So I take 3 pieces and I place them. And this is the only place where the strategy comes in. You can kind of place things where you think it might not push things off of the cliff, but I'm going to go ahead and do it as if it would push things off the cliff anyway, because even though my opponent is going to get anything that drops off of the waterfall at this point, I want you to kind of see what that looks like. So you put your pieces in, you push the log up as far as it will go, and then any treasures that fell off of the waterfall are your opponent's. That's the entire thing. As soon as the last treasure has fallen off of the waterfall, you add up all of your points. Whoever has the most points wins.
Yeah, really quick, simple game. And
very silly.
A very, very silly game. And if you get a little silly with it, if your kids are just like pirate voices the whole time and trying to get all the bounty and just a little goofy game. But yeah, this is an old game we found at a game store that was giving a deal, and they had some older games. So we went ahead and did it. And I
think we got it for like $6 or $7.
Yeah, so. It's
yeah, I said, they said all the pieces were there, and so I was like, well, I mean, for $6 or $7, I just want to see what it's like, because it sounded unique and silly and fun. So I just wanted to see what it was going to offer, and I'm glad that we've done that. I think, though, it will probably leave our collection soon.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was the Treasure Falls Catch the Pirate's Bounty from Ravensburger Games. And yeah, so until our next vlog, we will see you all next time. Toodles!